Alright, before I get into this video, I want to tell everybody that the reason I'm shooting these videos is because I'm trying to show the importance of knowledge and practice. In this video I take my buddy Brian, and this is a guy that has very little experience in the outdoors. He has actually never started a fire without using an accelerant, and I give him the task of using a Bic lighter and natural materials that he finds to, effectively make a self-sustaining fire. He does do it. It is definitely not the material that I would normally choose for myself, but the important thing is that he was successful in it, and that is all that matters, okay? The things that we gather up and everything else, they may not be the things that we would choose, but the important thing is that he succeeded. Now, after he succeeded, I showed him some things that he can do to make that process a little bit easier, showed him the importance of tinder, showed him how to make different feather sticks, things like that. Things that would just make his life a little bit easier had he had to do it all over again. Now, another thing that I did show him is not to waste the resources that we have if it's not necessary. So when we were off camera, I went ahead and I showed him how to effectively make fire using solar ignition. Again, this is definitely the first time that he ever tried to attempt this, and he paid attention, he learned, and he effectively made it. So let's get into the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully I can find more people that would like to partake in this, and we'll see you in the future.
Okay guys, we're here with a part 2 with self-reliance and survival and the importance of knowledge and practice. This is my buddy Brian. He's actually one of my real good friends. We became friends through snake hunting, and he has some pretty decent knowledge when it comes to outdoor life and everything else, but when it comes to camping and things like that, he's a little on the weaker side. And today I've given him the task of doing nothing more than starting a self-sustainable fire using a Bic lighter. It is Kansas, it is windy, we always have to contend with the wind, and that's just something that we have to work around. So I've given Brian some time to search the area and gather up some things that he wanted to use, and we're actually using this little fire pit right here and some of the things that he has gathered up here. So we're going to go ahead and let Brian give it a shot, see if he can get a fire going using these materials. I do like the fact that he's using this pine bark as a wind block. Okay, so far so good. We got some flame. Burn yourself on the lighter. Okay, the one thing that he has done that I really, really like is, like I said, the fact that he used that piece of pine. That pine has a highly flammable resin in it, and that's actually going to definitely extend his chances of getting this fire going sustainably. Alright, I'm going to let this burn for a little bit, and we're going to come back and we're going to see if it has sustainable coals or if it blows out. We'll see in a minute. Okay, we're back. It looks like he does have a pretty decent fire going. Now, I have no doubt with a little bit more fuel, he can keep this going. If you actually lift this up, he's actually got a little bit of a furnace going on. That's actually pretty good. Like I said with my wife, the object of this game is not hoping that anybody fails, because, let's face it, we want them to succeed, not fail. This is actually the first time that Brian has ever made a fire without an accelerant. So the fact that he's got it going like this is actually very good, and I'm very happy for him. Okay, we're going to let this burn, and we'll get back to you. Okay, we're back, and Brian's puffing up, showing his chest. In the last video that I did with my wife, I actually showed how to effectively make the fire using solar ignition and the charred wood and everything else. Brian just showed that he can actually make fire using a Bic lighter. There was a couple things that he faltered on, which we've talked about, and one of them was using the appropriate tinder. I've showed him, what kind of tinder to use and the techniques to use it once we were off the camera. One of the things that I showed him how to do was, again, how to make it with the solar ignition. He's never actually tried it before, so we're going to give this to him, and we're going to see if we can do this. My punk wood is running a little bit low from a little accident we had off camera, but we'll give it a shot and see what we can do. So go ahead, Brian.
The wind is kicking.
Now, so what he's doing is he's getting that beam as focused in on one of those pieces of punk wood as he can. You've got an ember, brother. I can see it smoking from way over here. Beautiful.
Brian, how many of those do you have?
People yelling in the background there.
Sorry.
Okay, we're not going to actually get a nice sustainable fire on here. I just wanted to show him the importance of tinder and everything else. But Brian did a real good job today. He effectively made fire with a Bic lighter for the first time without using an accelerant, and now he has effectively made fire for the first time with solar ignition. So at a later time, we'll go back and we'll try a ferro rod, and we'll also use flint and steel. But right now I'm pretty proud of him. He did a real good job. So get back with you guys at a later date. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give me a thumbs up, give Brian a shout out, subscribe to my channel, guys. Have a good one.